Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm the Finnish White Witch. My name is Linda and I'm really glad that you are with me here today, so thank you very much for that. Yeah, I read energy and tarot, and the advice I would like to give to you. This reading might be for you, it might be for someone that you know, it might be not at all for you. Take only the parts that resonate and leave the rest behind. And remember, when I read, it might be only some, little bit of salt. But when I read the energy, I need the whole package and really scrub myself with it, so I know what the energy is about. But remember this, if you have a person that have these traits, it might just be a little bit of it. So yeah, use your own concern about it. Yeah, we got a love situation. This was the first card that came up. The answer that you're seeking is love. We have this emperor, and he's a king here in this card, you see. Do you see it? Does it focus? Yes. And we got this woman in Five of Cups. And I'm gonna explain the reading with he and her, but it might be switched, or it might be to hers, or it might be to men. But it's easier to keep the energies separated like this. So it's also this word card, and in this word card there are other people involved in this situation. So yeah, let's try to explain what happened. I see the movie The Beauty and the Beast. It was one of my absolute favorite films when I was a kid, and I thought I would try to explain it because it's quite important, and if you haven't seen the movie. So we got this woman, Belle, and she's the little odd one in the town. She likes to read and think about things, and yeah. And her father, he invents things, and he's also seem quite crazy sometimes of the other people in the town. And but he make a really great experience. I don't know what it's called. He invents something really good. And he decides that he should go and show it to other people. So he takes the horse and he rides off. But then he gets lost and he comes to this castle. And in this castle, the beast lives. In the beginning, he was a prince, but he was very arrogant and childish. He only thought about himself and those things. So the universe sent him a test. It was a good witch, and she disguised herself like an old woman. And then she came to his door and asked if she could get in because it was raining, and it was wolves and such kind of things. It was night or evening, I think. But he didn't let her in. And then she, with magic, changed to this beautiful witch. And then he tried to convince her that he was a good prince, but she used magic and made him to this beast. And when Belle's father came to the castle, he hadn't changed, he was still that beast. In the hometown, the horse came back to Belle's and her father's house, and Belle realized that something had happened to her father, so she decided to go and search for him. And she found him in the castle, and she traded with him. So the beasts, he was okay with it. So Belle stayed in the castle, and he sent her father back home. Sometimes it was really okay for them, and sometimes it wasn't at all. But with time he started to change. He started to care more and more for her feeling, her thoughts, what she wanted. And when little time had passed, he decided that he would let her go home to her father, and she got her freedom back, and she left to her father. In the hometown there was a man, his name was Gaston, and he was the hunk in the town. And all the ladies liked him except Belle. And now he realized that he had competition in this base then, and he convinced the other people in this hometown that they should go and kill the beast, because he gonna come and take your children and all the things he made up. So they went there, and they locked Belle and her father into their house. But Belle got free, and she went to the castle, her too. But she came a little bit too late, because Gaston and the beast was fighting, and the beast, he didn't defend himself. So Gaston, he struck knives into his belly. But then Gaston fell from a roof, and the beast was also dying. And she had this rose, and when she drops the last, I don't know what it's called in English now, leaf. I don't think it's the right word, but when the last fell, if he hadn't found love, started to love, and somebody could love him for his personality, then he would have stayed like this beast. But Belle, she started to cry before the last one fell, and then he turned back to the prince. And what I think about in this situation is a little bit Stockholm syndrome, that when you start to love your kidnapper, and this will come up sometimes in this reading. Excuse me. This witch has a new test, this time for these people that are involved. And this good witch is now in this woman, the 5 of Cups. And there's some kind of fight, and it's about values. And this community, they have things, how they speak, how they do things, what their goals are, how you should live, and all that. They have a tradition for how things supposed to go. 5 of Cups have instead deeper knowing, intuition, and she also have prophetic gifts, and she have realized that there's something wrong with this, and it's not the people, but if you listen to the people, they say it's something wrong with the woman in Five of Cups. So they have little different things to see things. Yeah, this emperor, and he's a king in this picture. He's in the middle of all of this, and a king and an emperor, he's quite ambition, he's logic, he do things the right way, but he is not a man who listens to his heart or his feelings or intuition. He goes by tradition. And this emperor also got this card, I dream about you a lot too much. And I got this feeling that he's not even allowed to dream about her. I don't know if it the people in the community that thinks, oh, we shouldn't involve too much with the Five of Cups, or he might think it himself. He might have intrusive thoughts. He thinks about her way too much, he thinks, and that's why he tries to not also dream so much about her. But as a spiritual person, the dreams are important, and I would say not just here with tarot, but I have realized in the real life I have really dreams are really important, because when I feel I do something, say something, behave in a certain kind of way, and it's not how I feel inside about the situation, then I daydream about it, and I do things again and again and again, and I change thoughts, I change feelings, I change behavior in this dream until I have it just right. And then I have realized when I can handle this in my dream world, then I also can change it in my reality. And this for I think dreams are really important. It's something he feels he does in the wrong way, and in the dreams he tries to correct things so he can do the right thing in the future. And it's the same with thoughts. If you have intrusive thoughts, they come again and again and again. Often they try to show you something, and often it's a feeling. So if you are able to pick up that feeling that they mirror, so then it might be that the intrusive thoughts settle down little by little. Yeah. Now we got this fight, and it's about different values. The Five of Cups see it's something wrong with the pot they cook in, and the people say that is something wrong with the Five of Cups woman. And this emperor, the king, is in the middle of all of this. He have quite a lot to say about things. He decides a lot, he's the king, so. And but he doesn't want to make a decision. Perhaps he thinks that, it's not that big of a deal or something. So he puts this fire blanket all over these people and the situation and tries to take the fire out in that kind of way. But what happens is now these people have free access to the Five of Cups, and that doesn't go well at all. This Five of Cups, she has the same energy as Jesus and the witches in the witch hunt in Europe. Jesus, so he was convicted because he was a rebel. He didn't do what the big priests, that decided in the country in that time. And he was competition to them, so they wanted him to go away. And the same was it for the witches in Europe. The witches was often women that could read. They were independent. Often they knew about plants and herbs, and they knew how to heal people, and they started to have too much power in the community. And men in that time, perhaps nowadays also, but then they didn't like it at all, and they had to take these people out. The emperor, so he was waiting for a sign from God, but that didn't come. I see it as our souls are breath of God, and our last breath, they are everything that we are, the person we are, and I will try to explain this what I mean. And in that last breath, because God created that, and it's our soul and who we are, we always got God with us, and God has sent us here to make a difference. That's why he didn't send a sign. The sign should have been his heart, and in this process he should have learned that it's not just a matter of head, but also other parts are important, that you need to feel how you should do in a different situation, and take a lot of different things and look at them. I got quite a lot of cards here, and I have counted the numbers, and we got a 1, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10 it becomes 1 again, and it all starts again. What's missing is the Two of Cups, but I got 2 more readings here. I started on them before I made my operation, so I had thought about them for quite a while, and this is the most important energies that is in the air right now, and this was reading number 2. So this is what we're searching for, and I also see this Two of Cups, love. And the answer you're seeking is love. So, yeah. Number 44 came 2 times, and it's reminding us to stay committed and focused. And 77 also 2 times, aligning with energy of love and empathy. And I thought about Archangel Michael, when he took Satan out of heaven and pushed him down. to be kind, it's not always turning the other cheek. Sometimes you have to draw boundaries and choose a side and decide should you push down SATAN or should you just allow all the energy because you're kind and you only turn the cheek in one and the other direction. Yeah. Next paper. Yeah, the universe now have realized, and maybe him also, that he is now Robin Hood. And I got two songs to this. One is this Amazing with Aerosmith, and if you want you can listen to it. I also got Chris Stapleton, If You Want a Cowboy on a White Horse Riding Off into the Sunset. Is that the kind of love you wanna wait for? Hold on tight, girl, I ain't there yet. No, he isn't. The Five of Cup person, she realizes that if it would have been a matter of life or death, then she would have been dead by now. And this have triggered an ego death in her and opened her. And I see this crack, the ego that have cracked, and the soul is coming up from that crack and taking over in this situation and with these people. And she really thought that this was her people, but now she realizes that her people wouldn't have treated her like that. So now she's looking to the horizon and thinking about perhaps her people are there, people that listen, people that try to understand, people that care for real. I also got these cards: heart, ring, a Bible, and here the heart of night, perhaps. I see it as the peg and knight of heart in original tarot, and you know that immature person that perhaps doesn't know what he feels and doesn't know how to behave and what's right and such all the time. And she now have realized, leave a trail of love as you walk the earth, but sometimes love isn't enough, and sometimes you need to make decisions not from that's not heart-based, but that is logic, especially when you got this situation that people is trying to destroy the Five of Cups because she sees things in a different kind of way. I thought we should think about this word people and the energy right now. And as I said, remember, they might have only little salt, and I have to use the whole package of salt just because to know what the feeling and energy is about. So they also got crystals and starborn. I feel the energy that is connected with these people is the energy that executed Jesus and also what was used in the witch hunt in 14th to 16th century. And yeah, I thought about this plants and all the witches, that they was the starter of the medicine and all of that, because I went to med school, and I'm it's not nurse, but it's below nurse. And we read in school then, it was a couple of years ago, and 60% of all the medication in the drugstore is made of plants and herbs and some things you find in the nature. So the witches had it quite right already back then. I was also thinking about these people with this energy. Did they feel that they did a wrong thing when they executed Jesus and all these witches? But the vision I see, when Jesus start to live again, people point at him and screams, "Witch, witch, witch!" And I thought more about the witches also. One of the tests they did to find out if it was a witch or if it was a human, they threw her into the water, and if she drowned, she was a human, and if she floated, she was a witch, and then they had to kill her in another way. So either way she died, even if she was a human. Yeah, how old they were. But yeah, you know what I mean. And no, they didn't feel that they did a wrong thing. In Europe, 1450 to 1750, they killed about 30,000 people. So they did it again and again and again. They got the energy of executioner, death, suffering, sorrow, and victory. And why, you might ask? For them, it's a pride to serve in what they believe in. And they believe in the right thing, that in the community they have this rule. Then they say this is normal, this is what you should do, and all the people that doesn't follow that, they're enemies, bad people, and they connect only with people that are just like them. And the group dynamic, they are traditional, and they also keep each other in this energy. They have encouragement rules. They clap they on the shoulder when they do the right thing, and yeah. And if you change side, then you're the enemy. They see themselves like loving, open-minded, polite people, and they follow their own rules, and they think that's a rule that normal for everyone. And if you don't play by their rules, so then you're evil. You're not on their side. Next page. Five of Cups have a totally different energy than these people, and she's not allowing a group to decide for her what's right or wrong. She's authentic to herself and what she feels is right or wrong. And when she speak and do things, this pushes these people's boundaries. They feel no trust to her, and they also see her like evil. And humans have a habit to destroy what they think and fear as evil. Even birds, I will explain that later. So let's look at the emperor, the king in this situation. This king, he's recognized as a leader. The people celebrate him as their leader. He can do or have inherited something that the community celebrates. And I had this dream about this. It was a godfather clock, a really big one. And I dreamed my grandfather had made it. So I wanted to go and see how it looks like on the inside. So I went and opened the clock, and I went forward, and then I saw my grandfather in the clock, and he put his arms around me and held me really tight. I wasn't afraid, or I didn't think it was something bad or something like that, but I didn't like it, so I pulled away and he let go of me. And I see this as the energy of being restrained of earlier generations. The second dream I had, then I had a straw here in my mouth, and I started to pull it out, and it came more and more and more and more here, more than I have on my head. And the final thing that came was, when you have sewers and there are hair and dirt and all of that, that was the last thing that came out. And I saw this as the energy of the sense of my spiritual journey. When you start your spiritual journey, you don't know if you will have any victory or nothing at all doing this. The only thing you want is to try to become a better person and not do to others what people have done to you or something like that. And it's very much work and no regard or prizes for doing it, at least in the beginning. Later it gets easier perhaps, but some days are still hard. But I connected this stroke here to my spiritual journey. And many people feel it easier to restrain in earlier generations' tradition than to go on the spiritual journey and pull all of that hair out. So that's why many stays. This king, he also got staff card. As a good leader, he feels responsibility for others. He wants to protect them, and he wants them that they shouldn't suffer, and he wants them to do well. And he knows a good leader listens to other people, and that's what he's doing. And that makes him feel good. It makes him feel like a good leader. But he didn't listen to the Five of Cups, because the Five of Cups has his heart, and he feels like she have kidnapped his heart, and it make him feel like it's a weakness, that it's something not quite good, and he feels it makes him weak, and he wants to be that leader, that that big king, smart, and and she didn't say the right things. She didn't keep the tradition and do the things as they have been done before, and she was against this pot. She understood that something's gonna go really bad with it if they continue to cook, that it's something they should change to something doesn't go bad. And this king feels that if she didn't have his heart in her hands, then he would see clearly at things. So he have a little bit, so he judged her for the feeling that he have. It's her fault. So and he also felt of the competition. She was in his field and did things, and he wants to be the only king. It's his life mission. He doesn't want any competition. So that also. The other people, they have ways to make the king hear them, and make them the king, that he does what they say. Sometimes it's not quite positive what they do. Sometimes it's also negative. Excuse me. And he might have feel of this imbalance, and this king might have some addiction. You see, it's quite a lot of Capricorns, and Capricorn is the devil card in original tarot. So you might have addictions, and when people say bad things to him, then he have the right to do what his addiction is. He gives himself right to do it, even though he knows it's wrong, but he have made some kind of a agreement with himself. So they also might have this way of they gives insults prizes, and it might take him down a little bit. So he gets imprisoned in his head. He start to think about it. What did they mean? What was this all about? And then he starts to think about things that's not really important. They got him out of balance. And now he's stressed, and he doesn't feel quite as well in this situation. It's not so good, and he feels that it was things that he didn't understand, and he doesn't know what's gonna happen what he should do. This king, he didn't have any intuition, and he was leading with his head. It was based on tradition, ambition, victory in the physical, and and he feels really manipulated, and he thinks it's because of the feelings he have for Five of Cups, but really the ones that manipulate him is these persons in this word card. Bad situation. He does not see at all either how badly her own people have treated her, and it all comes down to they didn't want to listen to her, and they didn't want to give her right. And as you see, the pot, now it has started to burn. All is going down, and he doesn't understand either how much easier it would have been for her to leave the situation long before it started to burn the house down. She could have left and started to build her own house there, and right next to the sunset, and leave the situation, because she didn't need to take that fight, but she wanted it because she was on a mission. And he also feels judged by this Five of Cups and even other people, because when he was a leader he should have done the right decision, but he didn't have so much facts, so it was really hard for him to make that decision. And the Five of Cups, so she have realized that her own people betrayed her, and love isn't always enough, and especially when she tries to give love to people, she tries to keep them safe, she tries to do things what she feels is right, and they just want to take her down. They don't care about her and her opinions. Excuse me. I have made the Swedish film also today, so I have talked quite a bit. The spirits want her to see her own value, how much she loves, how much she tries. Even when things are going down, she didn't quit. But the spirits don't want her to stay in this situation of betrayal, because here in this Nine of Swords, that's like a nightmare, being in a nightmare, and they want her to realize that there are 8 billion of people. There are people that are just like her, that love and try and do their best, and people that hold place and want to listen, want to understand, want to try. And these people aren't the people that they are not able to do this. They rather take her out like a witch or Jesus. There were also many cats on these pictures, and I thought about how to love a cat. It's words aren't enough with a cat. If you don't treat a cat right, he moves in with the neighbor or whoever. But a cat doesn't stay if he doesn't are loved the right way. And this is what she should learn also. She also got the lyran, or I connect it with the lyran. That's an ancient star seed. These old souls, they have realized that there are things that you can change and other things you should leave to its destiny. This was also that of ego that she went through. And the emperor, he hasn't changed. He still blames Five of Cups because of the feelings, and he can't see clearly. He thinks that she do things to him, and you know, he got that feeling, look what you made me do. So he's not quite, he's a little bit immature. And he also wants her to carry the suffering because he's suffering. He doesn't realize that she got her own suffering, and she was really backstabbed in this situation. He have now gone into the hermit energy and the gnosis. Try to show them perhaps one card at a time. The hermit. Quite nice in this card of text. Gnosis. I don't know how you should say it. This is a search for a deeper knowing, knowledge, insight, obedience to God. This is now what he's searching for, and also the Two of Cups, because it was the second reading, but I take it, I did it the first one of these three. So yeah, and he got this picture that he should be perfect. Then he feels everything gonna be alright. But he wants to be perfect, not authentic, because I see authentic as a weakness. He wants to hold up this generation tradition thing for the others. And the outcome in this situation is still unclear. I saw this energy of you become what you eat, and as you hang out you become. The people that he surround himself with will have a huge impact of how things will turn out. And I saw in this gnosis picture, it's almost like a diamond. It looks like someone have started to draw a diamond, and diamonds are built under pressure, and souls get strong when we meet our fears. And this emperor, he would need a long time. Yes, the hermit, it speaks about a long time, finding out how you feel, what you think, what you want, finding you in the situation. But everybody knows about this war zone, and he also feels exposed as a king. And I feel quite a bit he would like to hide behind people to not be seen in such a bright light, and everybody see him for his faults. And it's not easy to be a leader. And I will try to explain what the pieces in the ground structure that is missing, what really happened. Real love. The missing number, what we're searching for. The crisis was about values and the difference in how people see things. Differences how they live their life and how they value what's important. But it was also they didn't hold that space to each other. And when you try to understand another person, just that sometimes you don't understand them anyway, but just the fact that you're trying, you are sitting down, you listen, you do your best to understand, only that is really, that has a really high value and scores that the try is really important. And also the competition when there was a dissenting of opinions, and this king didn't know how to do when opinions was different, dissenting. So he just tried to and hold it down. And he also didn't have enough facts to see things clear, and he didn't take the time to find it out either, because that made him feel perhaps childish and immature or whatever. It made him feel the opposite of the king energy. So he tried with a quick fix. And he also had that fear of losing his face in front of everyone. And seeming weak in front of others, that also was a higher value for him than the love he felt for the Five of Cups. And he wasn't ready to lose his face, but he did in this situation anyway, because it wasn't I don't know what I want to say. Let's take the next card. He also blames the insecurities in this process that have been brought up in him, and he blames the Five of Cups because she is the one that have brought up it, and he don't understand that these are values he need to learn from himself if he wants to be with other people that isn't all about tradition and doing things the right way. If he wants to live his life not bound to the clock, you know, if you want to do it his way, and then he have to learn these sorts of things. And real love, real relationships, then you don't always agree with another person, and that doesn't make them the enemy anyway. This is the last card, the Crown. 13, often seen like a this fortune number. I thought about this pentagram. It's associated with black and white witches, and it's earth, air, fire, water and spirit, and finding your authenticity. And I have thought about black witches, you know, when I have looked at YouTube and they write names on paper and put it into salt water and things just to have some people to come to them. But I think in opposite way, I only want people that want to be with me because of me, because they like me and love me and want to be with me. So that's why I called my channel the Finnish White Witch. I only want what's mine. And you know, finding that authenticity. Who do you want to be here on earth while you live your life? I thought about this raven. I think it's a raven anyway. They have folded cerebral cortex brains, just like parrots, which makes them more intelligent than other bird species. Raven eat dead and dying animals, which has led people to regard them as a bird of fortune. And in the past, it was common to kill them, you know. Even birds, if they seem like evil, people kill them. In 1950, there were only about 1,000 pairs of ravens left in Finland. In 1960, attitudes towards the animals changed, and now there are about 20,000 pairs. Young birds live in smaller flocks, and later in life they form lifelong couples, and they defend their territory. And I also feel with this king, he has quite a lot of self-destruction. He doesn't feel worthy of love. He doesn't always want to do the things that is right for him, for real. And you know, as I see this Capricorn energy as the devil, the addiction, and he has things that keeps him in this energy, and it's really hard to fight against it. So, and the God's advice is for her to find the people that loves her for real, that don't bring her down in the process they destroy this pot or what they're doing. Yeah, but this was all in this reading, and I hope it doesn't resonate because it's quite a hard reading, not so good energies. But if it resonated, I hope you found something that give you some answers, and it's easier to know what to do next, and perhaps how to start heal a little more from this situation. And I wish you the very best, and I thank you for that you had so much love and compassion for my bad English, and I promise you I will try to get it better and better. So, and subscribe if you like my readings, and push the like button, and then I see you in the next reading. Bye, have a really nice day. Bye bye.